Entrepreneurship spurs economic development if it is appropriately supported and taken as a national issue. It is increasingly becoming important in the development of many countries' economic sectors. Hello and welcome. This is Business Matters. I am Stephen Ipalibo Lawson. In today's business world, where the economic fortunes of nations are dependent on its production capacity and strength, education in terms of acquiring knowledge, skills, and training have all been redefined at both the national and international levels. Let's take a look at Business Update.
On Business Update this week, government to introduce app for efficiency. Winning strategies for accelerated success. In line with the federal government's resolve to improve on the ease of doing business through the Presidential Enabling Business Environment Council, a software application that will give Nigerians access to monitor public agency service delivery processes has been created by some young Nigerians who were grouped into 15 teams.
The whole idea is how can we have startups actually work for government? How can we have startups drive innovation to government?
These young men and women, after a 2-day rigorous challenges, came up with applications that would eliminate the bureaucratic constraints of doing business in Nigeria for various sectors of the economy.
While we are measuring the effect of the reforms internally through Surveycom and other processes, we want the Nigerian public to be able to tell us empirically now where we're working and where things are not working.
At the end of the exercise, Rhapsody team emerged winner of the competition and went home with a star prize of 1 million naira.
And we believe that over time we would put in more efforts, of course together with PEBEC and other government agencies, to see that we really have a working solution that Nigerians will be very proud of.
It's not just an app for the sake of the app. The data is aggregated and we have a firm, also a Nigerian firm, that's working on the analytics. So we will know what is working, what isn't, where it's working, where it isn't, and then we can adjust. So this is going to accelerate the delivery of the reforms of our business climate.
The Presidential Enabling Business Environment Council was established to assist MDAs in 2016 to implement the reform agenda of the present administration. It was a gathering of young men and women at the Redefine Success Summit 2017 edition held in Lagos. The event, tagged Winning Strategies for Accelerated Success, is aimed at developing youths so that they can create jobs, innovate and grow Nigerian economy instead of waiting to be employed. The organizers and speakers at the summit shared their views.
Is about gathering young business owners and people who are aspiring to own a business, and actually bringing them in a room with people who have done what they're desiring to do, and then impacting them to understand what success looks like and what are the things they can do in order to achieve their dreams.
You must have the passion for what you have as your goal, and you have to keep redefining that success because it cannot be cast in stone. There are so many opportunities, such as this event, for instance. There will be people who have come here today with some kind of mindset, but by the time you listen to speakers, you hear people's experiences, you just must define what your own success is, because you have to keep challenging yourself, keep improving.
Redefine Success Summit is an annual event to help people with entrepreneurial skills, leadership quality, and sales marketing skills. Up next is the summary details from the floor of the Nigerian Stock Exchange.
Analysts have realized that entrepreneurs are the backbone of modern economy. It is their important contributions that help society to grow. Entrepreneurs rule the world and grow the economy of any nation. Welcome to our professionals segment. All right, you're welcome to the interview segment of your program Business Matters. This is the segment where we highlight different kinds of opportunities in terms of ideas, in terms of content and concept that you can use for solutions to drive your business in a profitable way. And joining me in the studio to discuss the topic, the role of the entrepreneur in Nigerian economy, is an electronic engineer, a young woman who, as a matter of fact, has made the list, which is the Forbes 30 Under 30 list for 2017. She's the CEO of Oleander House Limited, and that is no other person than Edikang Udiong. How are you?
I'm very well, thank you.
How did you get on Forbes 30 Under 30 list?
To be honest, I'd say it was hard work, it was dedication, and it was a bit of God's grace, a lot of God's grace, actually.
Amazing. So, as a matter of fact, people understand that entrepreneurs themselves are solution givers. You've
Absolutely.
been known as a game changer. How has your journey in entrepreneurship been so far?
It's been tough, it's been difficult, and at some point it's been happy and triumphant. It's full of, to be honest, entrepreneurship, it's not an easy journey. It's something that you have to really be committed to pull through, or else you're going to want to just fall off the wayside at some point. It's not easy, but in the end, the rewards are so worth it. In the end, being on Forbes list is not something I had thought of when I was drawing up my business plan or any of that, but you see, the rewards really, really are worth the struggle.
Now, I know experience matters because you've run your business for a long period of time, as a matter of fact, 5 years to be specific. We know that a lot of young entrepreneurs, when they start out, the first 2 years, as a matter of fact, is a major challenge for them. A lot of them don't even survive beyond that period. For 5 years, what was the secret for you as an entrepreneur, especially in a very harsh a business environment as Nigerian is known to be?
I'd say I managed my risks, kept risk to the minimum. I didn't start too big because I believe, well, if you start too big, then you fall big. Sometimes just start the way you can, start with what you have, and just work up the ladder from there. It's not easy. That's all I can say.
As a matter of fact, people say that nothing worthwhile is ever easy. As a matter of fact, the journey of an entrepreneur is one that a lot of people will want to term as self-discovery, right? Because you have to have certain characteristics to actually be a successful entrepreneur. You want to share with us what those characteristics could be?
First of all, you have to be disciplined.
Mm-hmm.
You have to be disciplined. You need to be. Entrepreneurs are enthusiastic. They're future oriented because you're not working for today. You're working for the future. You're working hard, but the rewards are not. You're not reaping them yet. But you have it in mind that in the next 5 years, in the next 4 years, in the next 10 years. Your business plan. You're going to put. Sometimes you write out a 5-year projection. So they're future oriented, and an entrepreneur is an innovator, is someone who is not afraid to take risks, ready to bear the risk and also the benefits that will come from it. An entrepreneur is somebody who can wear many hats, because you're going to initially you have to be your secretary, your manager, your IT person, your accountant, until you grow to the point where you can employ, people who can do this for you. So you should be ready to, and also you shouldn't be too rigid as an entrepreneur. Yes, you'll be disciplined, but not too rigid. You should be ready to tweak your initial strategies as time goes by, look out for changes, look in the direction in which things are going, and then just follow through. And
passion is a major link.
Of course, you'll be self-driven. If you're optimistic, then I mean, motivation is one of the hardest parts.
It is. I can tell you. Sometimes, sometimes you wake up in the morning as an entrepreneur, you don't have that motivation. That energy is just not there.
There's no
boss. So what do?
There's no boss telling you get up and come to. It comes from within you. It's something that's just within you. There's that fire that's burning within you that will not just let you sleep late. You wake up and you're like, I need to do this. I need to do that. You need to be able to motivate yourself so you can go out there and motivate those people who you've employed or who are working for you. It's something that just needs to be within you.
Certainly, I know for sure. Personally, I studied chemical engineering, and also before I got into public relations and broadcast. Broadcast is a passion for me, so I imagine that there are entrepreneurial opportunities in that area. Yeah. You have a background in engineering as well.
Yes.
And now you are an entrepreneur that is into a business so much more different from what you studied.
Yes.
Would you say or make a case that your engineering training actually helps in what you are today?
Absolutely, it does, because engineering is about processes, it's about discipline. It helps you. I always say this, it's helped me think logically. It's mathematics, it's calculation, it's just doing things logically. Especially if you're female, we tend to be more emotional than logical. So it has helped me. It has formed my mind in a different way. So I would say having an engineering background has definitely helped me.
All right, I was going to be tempted to go towards the female side because there's always been all kinds of clamor, especially with even the United Nations is making a case, women at work, and how much of women in terms of driving diversity will help, especially with entrepreneurship drive. You're a woman, obviously. Has that given you any advantage?
No.
Really?
Being a woman does not give you any advantage. I just say the most advantage you'd probably get is from your fellow female entrepreneurs who would want to feature. But besides that, it's the same tough world out there. Once it comes to money, nobody wants to know if you're a woman. They will shove you out of the way. So you need to be able to stand your ground,
Yeah, but talking about that, those are challenges that a lot of entrepreneurs face, especially in trying to drive their products into the market. What has been your own experience with those challenges, and how did you overcome them?
I would always tell you, it's been a struggle. But for me, I went towards social media marketing. I separated my personal life from my business life. It's two separate entities. I mean, my business is my business, and I am myself, because I'm looking forward to one day it'll be big enough to become acquired or have a board of directors that has nothing to do with me, so I cannot involve myself too much in that.
You're a youth yourself. You've not gone into drugs.
No,
you've not gone into the red light district at all. You've not gone into all kinds of vices. As a person, you've taken entrepreneurship, and I know the question of fear, does it come to you, and are there success stories which you actually have looked at as models for you to make sure that you don't become a victim of fear or failure?
I draw my inspiration from every successful person that I lay my hands on, especially the women like me. I follow them, I read about them, I love to hear their struggles, I love to hear their challenges, and I love to, because it just gives me that consolation that I'm not the only one. They went through this as well, and look how good they're doing, and it inspires me. I stalk them on social media. I read about it's because, like I said, you need to be able to motivate yourself, and sometimes the motivation is just not there, and you find that from an external source, which is a role model or someone you aspire to be.
Well, I know for sure that the Nigerian economy is one that is tough. But government always makes a case that without source of revenue, they can't be able to create an infrastructure that can help even young businesses like yours to grow. And that pulls me to the question of tax. How is tax payment, or what's your own reaction or response to the tax regime in this country?
My response to tax regime, I think taxations are right.
Great, great.
I think if you're making money, you should pay your taxes.
And you're not concerned about the issue of multiple taxation? I mean, you don't know, the local government comes to you at this time, you have to get a billboard, you have to...
If those are the things that you need to do, I don't know, maybe some people might not agree with me, but if those are the things that you need to do, by all means do them.
Yeah, but if for example, you power your own operations, you have to buy your own
petrol
and
or
all
diesel.
that, doesn't that put a huge burden on your finances and your profitability at the end of the day?
It does. It does increase your overheads and all of that, but it doesn't. The truth is, if you do not, being an entrepreneur is making money and helping people, but still being within the confines of the law. So whether you like it or not, if you're asked to pay taxes, pay your taxes, because in due time you will still pay them. Yes, you might feel like the government isn't helping me, I'm providing my own power, but you know what? Factor these taxes into your products. That's why you see tax, VAT, they will pay you because you have to do it. Let's do things the right way. That's just what I believe.
Amazing. I'm very impressed, because at the moment there I was trying to set you up, but you were very smart enough to know that yes, the taxes are very important, because regardless of some of the challenges, we need to be able to contribute our own quota to making sure that even entrepreneurship in the economy itself will thrive in that sense. You've run a business for over 5 years. What's your staff strength like? Are they all women?
No. No, they're not all women. The tech people, the IT people are male, and we're about 5 for now, and it's 2 women and 3 men.
Okay, so that is more of a gender balanced organization. But in your own opinion, as a cerebral mind person that you are, you've brought that into entrepreneurship, and you look at Nigeria as a country that can do better than we are. Absolutely. Obviously. In what way do you think both the government, the players, and the institutions can actually help to create a better environment or a better economy for everyone to benefit from?
I'm going to deviate a bit, but I believe that if we do have genuine love for others, it translates. If you care about the next person, you care about the poor people, you care about the SMEs, you're going to do things differently. I mean, if we look at developed countries, they care. They're done caring with human beings. They start caring about plants. They're caring about animals have rights. We don't even care. We don't care if what we're doing is harming the next person. If we begin to care, then we're going to put policies in place. We're going to set things up the right way that in the end it is going to benefit everyone. You know how they say a rich man from a poor country and a poor man from a rich country are one and the same. If you're the only one who's wealthy and everyone else in your country is poor, how does that help you? But if you care about the next person, you're going to do things that would create a chain reaction, and in the end improve the quality of life of every other person. You know, it's like what the entrepreneur does. You set up a business, you employ somebody. That person in turn can pay fees, or can purchase products. There's more purchasing power, which still comes back to the country, comes back to the economy, increases the GDP, and entrepreneurs do contribute. So if we begin to care about other people besides ourselves, then we'll begin to do things the right way. We'll begin to put things in place that can fix a lot of the problems that we have now.
That's amazing. I can't agree with you so much more, less and more, as the case might be. You just were very apt with that position. A lot of people have made a business case that there is the economy of love. Love itself, as you've actually spoken about, has to even do with the care of the care goes into the product you produce. You make sure that in terms of quality, in terms of standards. You're not adulterating materials, and you're not trying to cheat, you know, and all of that.
In fact, if both of us set up the same business and you're just doing yours for, oh, I'm just doing it because I want to make money, the way you're going to half-ass it is different from the way I who really can. I'll sit down and say, oh, if I were the customer and I sat here, how would I want to see this? What would I? And in so doing, I will create something that's better than what you have done. And it might not cost me a whole lot more. It's just the thoughts that counts. And then you begin to do things differently. Because when you're doing things and it's people oriented, people are going to love it more. People are going to gravitate towards that. And in the end, you've done something that's better quality than the next person who's just thinking about, oh, I'm just going to do it and just get my money.
We've had a wonderful time. Edikan, it's quite amazing. I want to say a big thank you for being a guest on Business Matters. All right, this has been our interview segment. You've heard it all. Quality matters. Do the right thing. Pay your tax, regardless of the challenges of your business environment. Someday, some way, we will get to that point where we'll become a better country and a much more productive economy. Well, I'll be back after this break.
Coming up is our business success tips.
That has been our package on Business Matters this week. You can reach us on our different social media handles. Till I come your way next week, I am Stephen Ipadebo Lawson. Thanks for watching.